You don't like comics is the problem. Give it that. You don't even know that they're boring. You never read them.
I just can't look at pictures.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another Conversation with Colin. I'm Greg, and this is my roommate, Colin. Now, sometimes Colin says crazy stuff. So every Tuesday and Thursday, I reach into my random conversation pile, pull it out, toss it at him, and we talk it out for your amusement. If you like that, like the video, subscribe to our channel, and share us with your friends. Colin, are you ready?
Yes.
Today's topic of conversation is fictional expanded universes from @LukeB4TT13.
What the fuck does that mean, Greg?
You know what it means. All your damn Star Wars nerdy books you like to read.
EU, yeah.
The Halo universes.
that was
The
actually
Uncharted comics.
Yeah, expanded universe was it was called the EU in Star Wars back in the day.
Like the European Union.
Yeah.
Dumb. They should have known that was coming. Not screwed that up.
What do you want to know?
Do you like them? Do you care about them?
Yeah.
I don't.
I do. I think they're cool. I think that if they're done right, I think like Star Wars has been treated much better in its expanded universe than it has in the fucking movies.
Sure, yeah. We've done many Star Wars talks.
You know, Grand Admiral Thrawn and Mara Jade and Dash
Who
Rendar.
could forget all these people? Dash Rendar, Micah Seth.
So, you know, I think that the expanded universe is cool. If it gets people are compelled by it. I think Star Trek has a pretty expansive expanded universe as well. And
I think my problem with these fictional expanded universes is that usually they're done so poorly. You know what I mean? Like, I think the majority of them they try to reach out and do just don't work out, right? The Last of Us had the prequel comics. People were like, these aren't that good. I didn't read them because Dark Horse isn't on Comixology, and I refuse to give my credit card to another app. I'm sorry. But then an example of it working, right? Injustice: Gods Among Us, one of the best DC books they have going right now, and that's been going, way longer now than even the build up to the game was. So now the game's been out for months and months and months, and now we have this awesome comic to go with it.
Yeah, I think about some expanded universes that I enjoy. You know, what it's not unexpected, I guess, because I really liked Homefront, but there was a Homefront prequel book that was actually really good.
Right.
That I enjoyed reading. Resistance did it a little bit. I didn't read those books.
Well, I mean, another one is the show we like so much we always make fun of. No, we don't make fun of it, but the Nukes. Jericho. Jericho does the comic.
Yeah.
They kept going with their seasons in the comic, and you've never really gotten into those, right?
I just can't do it.
I tried to get into them, and it was just like, this isn't.
It's just like I was still holding on hope that they were gonna bring it back on Netflix, but that's not gonna happen.
Apparently.
Yeah, I think I like the idea of exploring. You know, think about a good example is The Walking Dead, the game, right? That's it's the opposite way of which we would look at it, because usually we're looking at something like Resistance or Halo or Mass Effect that have an expanded universe in books or comics.
Yeah.
Or cartoons, whatever it is. But like The Walking Dead, the game is the other way. It's an expanded universe experience as a game, and that game's extraordinary.
Awesome. Yeah.
I think that game's better than the show. I
agree with that.
I don't read the comics because they are boring, but
you don't like comics is the problem. Give it that. You don't even know that they're boring. You never read them.
I just can't look at pictures.
I know, that's fine. You're allowed to say that. You're allowed to say, I stick with you when you're like, I want novels or whatever. I keep telling you to read Rise of the Governor, but you don't. But I understand that you can't just say the comics are boring when you never read them.
Because they're pictures on a fucking page.
That's fine. That's not boring to most people.
That's boring when you could just tell a story with words.
No, it's not boring.
Yeah.
No, it is
It's
not.
the same with Batman. Like, wouldn't Batman just be a lot better if they were just writing novels?
One of my favorite novels ever is this Batman novel where he breaks up with child sex ring.
One of your favorite novel. I know you've talked about this, but one of your favorite novels ever.
Yeah. Batman.
Is a Batman novel.
Yeah, it's not based on comics. It's an independent one.
So you're like, yeah, Ray Bradbury writes some pretty good books, and
it's all in space. Everybody knows how I feel about space.
But I like that Batman novel.
I like that Batman novel, and I like that of Mice and Men.
Yeah,
those are two books. Those are two good
books.
I
love Slaughterhouse 5 and Catch-22, but man, that Batman novel about the fucking sex ring, I'm gonna tell you what.
It was good.
Charles Dickens ain't got nothing on that.
Batman was doing good stuff. He's breaking up sex rings for kids.
I'm only busting your balls. I read comics. Like I told you, when I was younger, my brother's an animator and was really into comics, and I would like take his X-Men comics or his X Factor comics and stuff, and like I try to. And I still don't know what the fuck X Factor even is. But I tried to read this, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? It's just a book you go to a store every month, and you just flip through it, and it's just pictures of people fighting each other with little word bubbles.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the end of that. There's no real compelling meat to this at all.
There's plenty of meat to it. You should read book 1 of The Walking Dead. I got them all up there. Just read the first one. You think it's boring, you're out of it, that's fine. You tried at least. Then you can say it's boring, instead of just saying the medium is boring, so clearly this story is boring.
Well, the medium is boring, though, to me. I understand you like it. That's fine. That's great.
Yeah.
It's just, I would rather read words and have a little idea of what's going on, but put pictures of my own
make
head.
your own head, yeah.
Then make my own head.
Yeah.
As it were.
Thanks for catching it. Glad you're there for me.
Yeah, so you know, so the expanded universe stuff with The Walking Dead I think was very compelling.
Sure.
It's all the expanded universe stuff that I actually like about The Walking Dead, which is the show is good. Although I didn't see the last season of the show, that show's kind of falling apart a little bit because they refuse to talk about what the fuck happened.
I'm telling you, that's not what Walking Dead's about.
And also, then The Walking Dead's about fucking nothing. Let's just be honest with each other right now. The Walking Dead is fucking useless, and they should just stop.
It's an ongoing zombie tale. Why do you care? It doesn't make sense. If the world ended tomorrow, Colin, if the zombies happened right fucking now, you and I wouldn't be like, well, let's get to the bottom of this, and we're going to the CDC.
I'm not
and shit.
saying that. Like, first of all, the whole CDC fucking thread in the show specifically was a
paper
nod.
thin and stupid.
Yeah, but was a nod to the fact that people want that because that's what happened with Lost and that's what happened with fucking Jericho and all these serials where it's about the people, but it's also about what happened. That's like saying if Lost sucks, right? But if Lost was all about like, well, they crashed on this island and we don't have any fucking idea. Let's watch them fucking walk around the island for 6 seasons. That's what The Walking Dead is.
Yeah, but there's zombies.
But there's a smoke monster.
Yeah, well, that's stupid.
And there's like other people on the island, and they don't know what. But that's like saying like there's other people on this island, but let's not even worry about where the fuck they came from. They're just there. You know, it's the same thing with the zombie story. You're saying it's like there are zombies. What the fuck happened? I'm not saying that
it's kind of interesting that they don't talk about it in their little groups.
I'm not saying that like they. I understand that you're worrying about surviving, but I find it hard pressed to believe that if we were in this situation, and everyone's like, well, we got to survive, and things are really dark and dire. No one's like, hey, what the fuck happened? Maybe we should try to figure it out because, like, what else are we gonna do? It's like you're saying, like, your insinuation is that it's not important to them, and it's not because they're trying to survive. But at the same time, it's like if you have nothing to live for.
I'm with you on the fact that there should be conversations about this is fucked up. What has happened? I'll give you that.
It's just like it's infuriating. Like Jericho is so great; it's the greatest show on television of all time because
Smallville.
Because it was all about what happened,
Yeah.
and they balanced out the whole like personal relationships with people with like saying like what you really care about is like. Who had these nuclear bombs and how did this happen?
Yeah, yeah.
And they teased it so finely on The Walking Dead with like, well, we're gonna go to CDC and this guy's kind of figuring out what's happening. And then that's it. Now we're in this fucking make believe town. You know, it's like okay, cool. What the fuck happened?
They gave you an explanation that it's just reanimating the dead there. That's what it was. They showed you what's happening.
The thing about The Walking Dead is that there's a government still, and someone knows how this went down and who started this virus.
I hope we get there.
I hope so too, because then then the whole story won't seem like a complete waste of my fucking time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Thank you at Luke B4 TT13. Thank you too, Colin, for your time. I don't know how much we answered about fictional expanded universes, but they're good and bad sometimes, right? What do you think, ladies and gentlemen, of The Walking Dead and expanded universes? Let us know in the comments, and while you're down there, leave your topic for a future conversation with Colin. Until then, we'll be back every Tuesday and Thursday, so have a conversational day.
You want to talk about a character? you want to talk about a character that was made to make a fucking Kenner toy? Then we'll talk about Grievous. It's like, oh, how many lightsabers can we give this fucking jackass?